A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a striking declaration that has sent ripples through the economic community, former President Donald Trump has made a bold promise to American voters. If he is returned to the White House, he guarantees that inflation will vanish completely. This statement comes at a time when many Americans are still grappling with the aftermath of rising consumer prices that have plagued the economy for over 3 years. Trump's rhetoric aims to resonate with a populace weary of the financial strain caused by inflation, which peaked at an alarming 9.1% in 2022 before trending downwards towards the Federal Reserve's 2% target. However, Trump's ambitious economic proposals have drawn skepticism from a significant number of mainstream economists. They contend that rather than alleviating inflation, his policies could exacerbate the problem. Among the most contentious of these proposals are Trump's plans to impose substantial tariffs on imported goods, initiate mass deportations of migrant workers, and exert influence over the Federal Reserve's interest rate policies. A group of 16 Nobel Prize-winning economists expressed their concerns in a letter earlier this year, warning that Trump's agenda could reignite inflation. The Peterson Institute for International Economics has conducted a thorough analysis, predicting that if Trump were to implement his proposed policies, consumer prices could skyrocket 2 years into his second term. Their findings suggest that inflation, which might otherwise stabilize at 1.9% by 2026, could surge to anywhere between 6% and 9.3% under Trump's economic framework. While many economists are critical of Vice President Kamala Harris's economic agenda, they do not view her proposals as particularly inflationary. In fact, Moody's Analytics has estimated that even with a Democratic majority in Congress, Harris's policies would likely leave the inflation outlook largely unchanged. In stark contrast, Trump's policies could lead to higher prices by as much as 1.1 percentage points in 2025 and 0.8 percentage points in 2026. Tariffs have long been a cornerstone of Trump's economic strategy. He argues that imposing tariffs on foreign goods protects American jobs and stimulates the domestic economy. During his presidency, Trump initiated a trade war with China and imposed high tariffs on various imported products, including steel, aluminum, and solar panels. For a potential second term, Trump is advocating for a staggering 60% tariff on all Chinese goods, along with a universal tariff ranging from 10% to 20% on imports from other countries. Critics point out that the burden of these tariffs ultimately falls on American consumers, as importers typically pass on the cost of tariffs through increased prices. Research from the Peterson Institute indicates that Trump's proposed tariffs would result in an annual loss of approximately $2,600 for the average American household. In addition to tariffs, Trump's immigration policy is another area of concern. He has vowed to execute the largest deportation operation in U.S. history, targeting millions of undocumented workers. Many economists argue that the influx of foreign-born workers in recent years has actually helped to stabilize inflation by filling labor shortages and preventing wage inflation. The Brookings Institution highlighted that increased immigration has allowed for job growth without putting excessive upward pressure on prices. Should Trump follow through on his deportation plans, the Peterson Institute estimates that inflation could rise by an additional 3.5 percentage points by 2026. This potential outcome raises significant concerns about the long-term effects of such a drastic policy. Furthermore, Trump's desire to influence the Federal Reserve's interest rate decisions has alarmed many economists. The Federal Reserve plays a crucial role in managing inflation through its monetary policy, typically raising interest rates to combat high inflation. Historical evidence suggests that political pressure on the Fed can lead to detrimental economic consequences, as seen during the inflation crises of the late 1960s and 1970s. Trump's previous public pressure on Fed Chair Jerome Powell has been likened to the actions of past presidents who faced similar criticisms. The implications of Trump's economic proposals are vast and complex. While he presents a vision of a thriving economy free from inflation, the reality painted by economists suggests a different picture. As the 2024 election approaches, voters will need to weigh the promises of political candidates against the insights of economic experts. The stakes are high, and the outcome could have lasting repercussions for the American economy and the financial well-being of millions of citizens. The question remains, will Trump's vision of a low-inflation economy come to fruition, Or will it lead to a new chapter of economic turmoil? That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.